I think the challenge and what I see over and over is a growing misunderstanding of the terms comfort and discomfort. So a primary thrust when I'm talking to audiences is getting people to think about what comfort means and really specifically, what happens when you leave comfort? What is the opposite human condition to comfort? And I argue that it's not the discomfort that we imagine and that advertisers tell us over and over of migraines and screaming babies and indigestion. It's this magical thing, and we're familiar with it from being children and escaping our comfort zones for the first time to learn how to ride a bike, and that freedom of going around the neighborhood on a summer afternoon. Your feet are off the pedals and who knows, your hands might not even be handlebars, but you're free, and that same elation is available, I think, to everyone. And it's not just the feeling, it's the performance, it's the adaptability, it's the personal growth that comes with doing something differently. And the challenge is that, we've basically become, the new modern resting point for society is comfort. We've had this burgeoning middle class that's able to afford all these comforts to become a burgeoning comfortable class. And what's happened is we've reduced the range of our horizons, of the experiences that we will willingly engage in at the workplace, and in our own personal life and so forth. So I talk about a lot of things. I talk about the importance of fear. We often see fear, as a stop sign, but if you kind of look at a comfort zone model that psychologists build around flow states and different things, in the same direction of fear outside our comfort zone is this magical realm of stretch, and all types of studies have been done that show as anxiety and stress and uncertainty and unfamiliarity build, so does our performance. It ramps up and then it crashes. And the whole key, I think, in life and to understanding and managing our performance is understanding and managing our comfort and making sure that we aren't at this place permanently of too much comfort. We need to view hard work in the same way we do compound interest. When we understand if you put $1 a day, dollar a day into an account, month after month, year after year, all of a sudden this incredible thing happens. And the same things happen with our efforts. So understanding our fear, making that daily payment, starting right away because life is short. Understanding that the beginning is difficult. I often say the second day sucks. It's always this resistance to change. And I think most importantly, understanding that when we deal with obstacles, whatever it is, a big mountaineering obstacle or a workplace obstacle, the introduction of a new, database system that's coming into a major corporation, there's always a sense that from the parking lot you judge the difficulty. You're like, you can't do that. I see the route, it's too much. And I've always learned, because I'm really scared of heights, that 9 times out of 10 you go up and you realize, well, there's an easy sneak route around the edge, and there's big handholds. But if you turn back from the parking lot, you feel like you cheated yourself. You feel a little sick inside. There's that bitter taste of not doing all you could on your tongue. When you go up and you get there, 9 times out of 10 you get by. 1 time out of 10 you don't, but you don't be like, oh man, see, I told you I wasted time. It's like you feel great. And so it's really become a mantra of mine to actually touch the rock, to make my decision based on the true obstacle and have engaged with it and seen it, rather than make it based on my imagination. Final thing I'd say is, these things take like some time and some practice, and you have to be patient with yourself a little bit. We have this sense in terms of bringing adventure into our life and accepting new risks that we kind of, or whatever it is we're trying to learn, that we read a manual and we go to a seminar and study a video, and boom, we're good to go. And I think it's more an analogy of learning to ride your bike as a child. You didn't go to the library and get out a book on cycling and read the thing and then be like, Mom, Dad, okay, good to go. Let's get the bike out. You went and got that thing from the garage and took it to the road in front of your house, and the thing barely balanced, and you thought, how could this thing possibly be more stable when it's moving? It makes no sense, but you had faith and you got up on the seat and your little feet dabbed on the ground, and maybe you scuffed a knee, but the thing started going and it got momentum. And I'm sure everyone can remember that exhilaration. You're out on your street in front of your house and the wind's in your hair and it's a summer night, and that was one of your first experiences with stepping outside of the comfort zone, of doing things that are discomfortable, finding this magic in discomfort.